things that actually helped this movie is that this movie felt isolated from all the multiverse of BS that's going on currently in the Marvel universe. My question is, what happens when we bring it into that universe? So many questions came up the minute they suggested that, and it just felt like more work, honestly, than actually confronting Galactus. Well, hello. Fantastic Four First Steps. This is the latest of the Marvel saga of whatever phase we're in right now. Directed by actually Matt Shankman, who is the same guy that directed WandaVision, who I'm sorry to say, I only watched 2 episodes and I just stopped watching because I got bored. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that this movie was fine. A little mid, not gonna lie, not the best of the year. Is it better than Superman? To be frank with you guys, after thinking a little bit more, you know, just pondering a little longer than normal, changed my rating for the most recent Superman to a 5 out of 10. I just thought about the plot points a little bit more, and after watching a couple of more breakdowns, I actually agree that this movie is lacking a little bit. I still like the Superman more than I do than the Man of Steel Superman, but that's just my opinion. For one, I didn't like how stupid they made Reed Richards. I'm sorry, the smartest man of the universe, didn't feel like that. It felt like he required other people's input in order to create his genius plan. You know, all he needed was Sue's help, and then all of a sudden, you know, stuff just happened. So I wasn't convinced, I'm sorry. And apparently I've seen that he's actually going to be leading the next Avengers Doomsday movie, which I have questions about that. Another thing that I want to address, especially the whole Silver Surfer controversy. I am aware of the controversy that this character faced. My question to Disney and Marvel is, why go through all of that controversy to do basically nothing with it? They do nothing with this character. She's barely in the movie. It felt like they didn't do enough with her. And what they did do, it was like, all right, well, she's clearly a bad person, so she's a villain, but they're trying to make her sympathetic. Problem over and over. It's like, I understand sympathizing for the villain, but it's like, you know, it's like we gotta have a villain, you know? It's okay to just be a bad guy sometimes. We'll be going into spoilers, by the way, but the whole sacrifice in the end, to be frank, with everything that you've done, the billions of lives you have taken, that's probably the least you can do. I didn't buy the whole act of she heard all the people that she basically condemned to death just dying, and all of a sudden that's what got to you. It felt really rushed. It didn't feel really that justified. I mean, she should know what she's doing. Why is this affecting her like that? It didn't make any sense. The whole birthing scene was honestly ridiculous. Honestly, frankly, as a woman, I'm getting sick and tired of women just giving birth in inopportune times in movie plot device, but it was just weird. It was like you already had the chase scene going on. You didn't need this added. It just felt so out of place, and of course, not accurate at all. Sue Storm putting her baby at risk by her being that pregnant and getting into a rocket ship. I mean, did anyone count on G-Force, or is that non-existent in this planet? It doesn't really show her being a good mother if she is willing to risk her child's life by going into space into a creature called Galactus. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. It just felt very irresponsible. I gotta go into the whole, okay, so basically Galactus is on the way to Earth and he basically wants baby Franklin, which on that part of the movie I don't have a problem with. Of course, I understand why Sue and Reed Richards would never give up their son for anything. Absolutely no questions asked. The problem is it had like a good storyline going on with the whole, like, the planet actually wants to turn in the baby, but of course the family's saying no. They could have done more with that dynamic, but of course they didn't, because Sue Storm made a speech and that was enough to convince the entire world to try and move the planet instead. That's the plan. Literally, that's Reed Richards' plan. First of all, where? So many questions came up the minute they suggested that, and it made no, it just felt like more work, honestly, than actually confronting Galactus. If Galactus just follows you, he is a very strong character. I think among the strongest characters of the entire Marvel universe, if I'm correct. Go straight into my next criticism. The fight scene with Galactus and Sue Storm made no sense. I am sorry. I am not going to buy the fact that she held off Galactus. I understand you're trying to push a certain message, but damn, don't be so obvious about it. A little too late for that, but you know, I still ain't buying it. Well, it was like the movie was like doing great so far, and then it just plummeted in the third act. It made no sense. It didn't feel like a team effort between the family to take down Galactus. It just felt like a Sue Storm movie of her taking down Galactus. Of course, guys, don't worry. The classic Marvel comedy is still there. So much so that in the ending, when Sue Storm dies, she of course gave birth to a magic baby that all of a sudden revives her, and she is perfectly fine with no repercussions from what it looks like. Houston, we have a serious problem, because what are you gonna do with this character? Some of the things that actually helped this movie is that this movie felt isolated from all the multiverse of BS that's going on currently in the Marvel universe. My question is, what happens when we bring it into that universe? Makes sense by its standalone. Will it make sense with everything else going on? If the next movie is gonna be Avengers Doomsday, who's gonna be the Avengers? The Thunderbolts? But yeah, I just feel like as a audience member, it just feels incredibly confusing, and I'm incredibly lost, and I feel like I don't know any of these characters, and I feel like if we're gonna go straight into Avengers Doomsday, they have a lot of heavy lifting to do, because not everyone has seen the TV shows, and not everyone is gonna watch them before Avengers Doomsday. Fine, I didn't hate it. I love the Jetsons aesthetic to it. This movie looks great. It doesn't look cheap, which I appreciate. The favorite characters were definitely Ben and Johnny. They were just great. I love Ben's character. I love his animation too. He looked great. Pedro Pascal, I mean, he did fine as Reed Richards, so did Sue. I forgot, apologize the actress's name. They did fantastic in their roles. It's just nothing that was memorable. CGI baby was weird. Didn't bother me, but it was a little weird. Movie, it was fine. It was a 5 out of 10 for me. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. I'm pretty aware that a lot of people are not gonna like my video just for everything that I just said. Just fine, ladies and gentlemen. Take it down to the comment section below. Leave a like and subscribe on your way there. Was it better than Superman? Yeah, just by a little bit, but believe me, not too much. But I know you're mad at me. Take it down to the comment section. I'll see y'all for the next one. Bye!